I hope we are all well. And let me officially start the call by saying it's a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, is it? For anyone on this call, it's a global call. I want to address you at your time zone and say thank you. Thank you so much for being on this call. My name is Christine Karimi. I'm a lifestyle director one based out of Nairobi, Kenya. Very excited partner with Opulence Global. And today I'm absolutely honored to be the person that's going to usher in this amazing lady who's going to be our inspiration today in our leadership cocktail. Hold up your cups, your glasses, your mugs. Let's cheer. Let's cheer. It's a leadership cocktail. Everybody, let's get ready because it's that time of the week. We all look forward to this time of the week at any point in time. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you about this lady who actually, believe it or not, was the rubber stamp, was the push that I needed to start this business when I heard her story. And that is why I'm extra, extra ecstatic and excited for all our guests who are on this call today, because when you hear this story, then you will know what gave Karemi the drive to get started in this business. It was because of her story. This is none other than our lifestyle director too, Lucy Karanja. Lucy Karanja has been in the traditional business for yonks. We worked in the same industry for yonks. When I say yonks, I know we look 22, but don't be cheated. It's because of the things we do that keeps us looking this young. So Lucy has been in the traditional business. She's a travel agent by profession, has traveled the world. Let me not spoil her story, but let me tell you about Lucy and what gets me about her. First of all, she's got a giving spirit. She's very giving, and hence the reason we even call her today in Africa the guinea pig of Africa. Were it not for her, Nancy's believability in this product would not have gone far, and we would never have found out about the fountain of life. But Lucy Karanja put herself on the line because she was like, you know what? Let's do this. And you will hear her story. She's very passionate about that. I love her maturity. She's very firm. She speaks her firmness and her love and her genuinity speaks to her upbringing. I beg your pardon. She loves God. That I can tell you for sure. This girl, I have seen her. Everything she does, it is surrounded and inbound and in depth with God. She's got a vivacious character. Like I said, she's got a giving spirit indeed, and also indeed she will help you wherever you are, and she couldn't have been at a better place with a better vehicle to bring help to the people around her. I love her bubbliness. She's so bubbly. Her tenacity. She is perseverance. She can go on, she will go on, she'll persevere, she'll push. Her team will tell you. But let me tell you, if you want a good time, put on some Motown and a nice glass of wine, and Lucy is all bubbly and game. She's the kind of person you want to have around all the time. And the best part, she gives the best hugs in the world. But that is Lucy as I know her. Today, I want you, our guests, to get to hear about what inspired her, what drove her, why she is where she is today. Her business has grown in over 25 countries and continues to grow. She's an amazing woman. She's a mother. She's extremely loving. I can't stress this hard enough because I have felt her love. I have felt her generosity. She is that lady. Ladies and gentlemen, hold up your glasses. Cheers to our leadership cocktail speaker this evening, Lucy Karanja. Take it away, girl.
Whoa, whoa, Karemi, you just did yourself in totally, girl. I feel hot and bothered. Gosh, thank you so much, Karemi, for that absolutely wonderful and warm, warm, warm introduction. I'm so, so very grateful. And my goodness, I feel wow, like that. First and foremost, I just want to thank you all for being here. I'm so grateful. It's just beyond me. I'm just wowed. I get a bit dramatic sometimes, but don't mind me, yo. All right. So I just want to wish you all who are here a very, very good morning, a very good afternoon, a very, very happy and relaxed evening, depending, of course, on where you're joining us from. I feel truly honored and blessed to be here because I, Lucy Karanja, never for one moment imagined that I would be talking to the world. This, I can assure you, is part of growth, the growth you get from being an Opulence global partner. I've always, all my life, I've always been extremely shy. But guess what? I'm actually here and chatting with you. So it's great. I thank Opulence Global for this. So today I want to share about who Lucy Karanja is and my journey. And I do believe and pray that it will inspire some of our guests and will maybe connect with my little story. So first and foremost, Lucy Karanja is a mother of one young adult. Not sure she's here. I told her about it. She's just as shy as I am. So I'm not sure if Nicole is around, but Nicole, hi girl. Good to have you on the call if you're on the call. And I'm happy and very proud to be your mother. And Nicole has just finished her first degree, majoring in microbiology from the University of Victoria in British Columbia, Canada. So I'm so, so proud of you, child. Keep it up. So let me share a little bit about Lucy. Lucy Karanja grew up in a family of two sisters and one brother. May his soul rest in peace. My mother passed on when I was at a very tender age, and may she too rest in eternal peace. Therefore, my father, rest his soul in eternal peace, brought us up. And I can assure you, there was no spoiling of any child. My father was extremely strict, and discipline was his forefront. Discipline was instilled in us at a very, very early age. There was no nonsense to be seen or heard of in my father's house. And to him, he knew that here he's got 4 children, and the most important thing he can do for these children is to give them the best education possible. And that is what he went out to do. He worked extremely hard all his life to make sure that we did indeed go to the best schools in Kenya. I can see a friend of mine here called EBI, who's from Nigeria, and we were actually in the same high school and the same class. Thank you so much for honoring my invite, EBI.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. And indeed, we did go to good schools, and our parents worked extremely hard to sustain us there. But there's one thing also he instilled in us a lot, and that was to know that money does not grow on trees. Money, you have to work for it, and you have to work hard. So he invested in us, and as long as you were in school, you were always asked, all right, up to what school, up to what class do you want to get up to? And that was up to you. And you had to work hard. So some of us ended up in the universities. I ended up in England in doing my hospitality course for 3 years. And we grew up knowing that indeed, hard work, you'd be able to achieve your desires. With my father, when you finished school, he would always ask you this. All right, are you done with schooling? And it was either yes or no, right? You'd be put on the carpet, by the way, when you're being asked that. So you'd say, yes. All right. So what's the next level you want to go to? You explain to him, you discuss the issue. He said, all right, I will support you, no problem. You finish, again on the carpet. Are you done with school now? Yes. They're very good. Now there is the door. Now you get to that door, you walk and you keep walking. Now you will know what life is all about. You go and get yourself a job and you sustain yourself. And that was that. So that discipline and knowing hard work is what will make you get anywhere in life. We went out there and we practiced it. There was no two ways about it. I loved my father. He was absolutely awesome. And I miss him, as I miss all my passed on relatives. Okay. So after I completed my hospitality, I came back to Nairobi and I worked. I was employed for 21 years. And during those 21 years, as I worked, as Karemi shared with you, my life was Motown, work, and party hard. I did exactly that. I partied really hard. I traveled. I really, really traveled around the world. You won't believe it. There are times I would actually get onto an aircraft and just go to my sister who lived in England for a weekend. That's how crazy I was. I go on a Friday, I land on a Saturday, I get on the aircraft on Sunday night, I'm behind my desk on Monday morning. Can you believe it? Totally nuts, but I made it. I always made sure I was behind the desk on time, 8 a.m. The British Airways flight would arrive at 6:30 in the morning. I would be behind my desk by 8, and the party continues. If it was not in England, I would take off to my older sister in Germany and pass out there for summer. We'll go cruising around, drinking wines around Germany. I mean, really, it was a crazy life. But that's it. That was my life. I loved it, and I worked hard. So the only continents I can tell you, I know I have yet to visit, that is South America and Australia. All the other countries, somehow or the other, I have touched them. But then, after all my globe trotting, I finally decided it's time to sack my boss. Yep, it's time to sack my boss. I decided to open my own travel agent. And once I did that, that is when now Mr. Karanja's instilled discipline and hard work kicked in. Nicole was still very young at that time. And I said, all right, my father made sure we went to the best schools. I have to follow suit. That's what he taught me. I have to do the same with my daughter. So I started and I worked hard. The partying, etc., was put on hold. Now it's time to work for me and my little girl. And I did. I worked so hard. And most of the time, sometimes I wouldn't spend much time with her. So I ended up putting her in a boarding school because I felt she was missing out. You're the only child at home. She was missing out and not really getting to interact with children her age, etc. I took her to a very good boarding school in Kenya. But along the way, I actually came to realize, hang on a minute, I can get the same quality of education and maybe even in a better school in South Africa. Through my tours, those are things I used to go out and check out. And sure enough, I found one of the top schools in South Africa for girls. And guess what? The fees were very pocket friendly compared to Kenya. So at 14 years old, Nicole was in a boarding school in South Africa. And I know some of you are saying, oh my goodness, all the way to South Africa? But guess what? I spent time with her every month. I would nip in, I would maybe spend a weekend with her, take her back to school, would giggle, would laugh, would catch up. So I was able to do that every month, apart from the time that she was able to come to Nairobi for her long holiday vacations. And that was another long bonding time for both of us. So around this time, the travel industry was doing very well. Kenya's business was good. New companies were coming into Kenya, they were opening up shop. And because of most of the travel agency, the corporate, I was mainly dealing with corporate accounts. So that was a very busy lot. That's a busy business. So sometimes you're sending out people almost every week, issuing tickets, doing visas, etc., etc. So life was good. So what happens? Lucy relaxes. Lucy lets herself go. Guess what? The lifestyle finally caught up. And in comes the high blood pressures, the weight piles on, the arthritis follows very closely, the hair losses, I mean, name it, they started piling on me. And it's the worst of them all, and I know my friend Phoebe will resonate with me, was the hot flashes. My goodness, those things are something else. I mean, you know, I would go into a meeting and I would make sure I'm either sitting near the window or by the door, because, you know, they're so mannerless. They'll just land on you anytime, anyway. It's irrelevant, you know? And no matter, I'd have this little thing, I would fan myself, and the thing was, it will still carry on sweating. I mean, really? So, oh. Then I said, all right. So one thing we always had a problem in our family is the sweet tooth. All of us, all four of us, we have a sweet tooth. And Nicole, of course, joined the bandwagon. And my other niece, all of us, a whole bunch of us have got nothing but sweet teeth. So things like sweets and chocolates, my goodness, I mean, that's it. We just live on things like that. Right now, trying to stop it, but not doing very well. Never mind. But eventually, believe it or not, this is what did my teeth in. So my issues, my dental issues, got to a point where now the dentists here were now talking of implants, etc., which was going to cost me an arm and a leg. I said, all right, I have to do them. I have to do them. So maybe some of you do know that places like India have excellent medical services and very, very pocket friendly. So off I take off to India for my teeth implants. And this is where my story began of things like this. I went to India, I got my implants put in, and all was good. So I come back home, and guess what? I catch the mother of all flus. And I couldn't believe this. I have never in my entire life been so sick. I was bedridden for a good 3 weeks. Antibiotics would just not work on me at all. For 3 weeks, I did nothing but cough. Cough. I mean, it was bad. Nancy, my awesome friend, and I were in a platform in a company known as BNI, Business Networking International. And I was in one chapter, she was in the other. She was actually our leader in the chapter I was in. So we'd been together for 8 years in Business Networking International. So she knew I was back from India, and she tried to come and see me when she heard I was unwell. I told her, Nancy, dear, please don't come. please don't come, because honestly, you will catch this flu. She was a good girl. She listened. My other friend, by the name of Jane Wagema, she said, flu? Since when did a flu knock you out for 3 weeks? You're in bed. Rubbish, I'm coming. And sure enough, within an hour, she was outside my door. So I said, okay, girl, come in. She was allowed in. She sat. We started chatting. I was very weak. I could hardly talk. I was very, very weak. And sure enough, within 10 minutes, Jane started coughing. And I think inside she was asking, oh my God, how quickly can I get out of this house? You know? She wanted to take off because she actually started coughing. And she couldn't believe it. I said, I told you, this thing is bad. So eventually, Nancy decided, that was now 2018, around February. And Fountain of Life had just been released at the beginning of February. And Nancy had become a partner of this company and had just received her first 6 bottles of Fountain of Life. So she told me, all right, Lucy, you don't want me to come and see you? I have an antioxidant here, which I know and I'm sure will be very helpful to you, but it's very new. Would you mind very much if you could try it out for me and see if it will help you? I told her, you know what, Nancy, at this point, anything, I'm ready to try anything. I'm supposed to be going for x-rays next week, and I really would love to avoid all that. So she came to my house. No, she sent somebody to bring it. She wouldn't bring it herself because she knew. So I was brought the bottle of Fountain of Life. And I don't even know, sometimes I always look back and I always wonder, my goodness, God is amazing, because honestly, within 3-4 days, my cough greatly subsided. I continued consuming it. And I said, this is it. This is it. I took it. I never went back to the doctor. Today, I mean, even if I've gone back for other things. I never went back for that particular flu, right? She had stopped giving me any antibiotics because I had been taking them for over 3 weeks. It was too long. So I continued consuming it. And then gradually, as I carried on using it, I realized, number one, my arthritis the pain seemed to ease. You know, I used to see stairs. I cringe. I said, oh my gosh, I have to go up those stairs. The pain, because of my arthritis, is so painful. To the point that I even stopped taking my painkillers. Imagine. Because I was able now to walk, the pain had, reduced immensely. And I said, my goodness, this is awesome. Wow. All of a sudden, so basically there I can tell you, as my arthritis improved, the stairs and I became friends. So I no longer used to go and, want to dive. The stairs and I became friends. I was able to walk, up the stairs. The partners would say, is that you, Lucy? Is that you, Lucy, walking up the stairs like that? And I would say, yes. Eat your heart out. This is Fountain of Life, Oh, I loved it. Not only that, my weight, I was, with a sweet tooth, you can imagine I was big. I'm big now, but I was bigger than this. I used to actually, the word is waddle. I used to waddle. I was that big. And unfortunately, in our families, we're kind of on the big side. So you can imagine when with all the sweets and everything, I don't even want to go there. Anyway, within 6 months or so, I had actually lost at least 6-7 kilos. I couldn't believe it. When we go for meetings, the partners would be there waiting for me to take my tissues, because sometimes before I just do presentation, they would come bringing the tissue and put it there because they knew sooner or later she's going to start pouring. Guess what? I started giving back the tissues to them. I don't need them anymore because my hot flashes disappeared. Honestly, I said, this is it. My girlfriends would say, Lucy, what's going on? You're changing, you've changed. I don't know, I can't pinpoint what it is, but your skin looks, I say, cleaner? And they say, yes, cleaner. You said the word. It looked cleaner, And I always remember my palms. They used to be very, very dark, very dark. And I think this was because of all the toxins I had within. Today, one day I looked at them and I said, hang on a minute. I can actually see like my blood is flowing more clearly. Before it was all dark. And it has cleared I've really detoxed and everything. I mean, really. So my friends would say, my goodness, whatever it is you're using, I want some of it. And so I said, all right, not a problem. But I felt I needed to use it more. I needed to use it more. So of course, Nancy, now that she knew that I was hooked on Fountain of Life, came and she said, all right, are you going to partner with us? And I asked her, well, give me the details. And that is when she, of course, gave me the details of how to join Opulence Global, etc. And I said, you know what? I want to use this product. I want to be able to get this product for me to begin with. So I said, yes, I will partner. I will join. I will open a shop. Here is my card. I didn't even read the number out for her. No, I gave it to her. But I said, no, here it is. Here's a card. Take the numbers down. And that's when I opened my first lifestyle advisor shop. So I continued using Fountain of Life. And I said, I want to try this product a bit more. I think it's important. But I continued to share with my girlfriends and friends. And this is when now I started also sharing with them the same product. So to begin with, my interest was definitely not in the business. No. My interest was in me, bettering my health and my loved ones. So I share with my immediate family, etc. To me, those were the most important. But as I carried on and my friends started bothering me and asking me, I said, all right, this is it. And I started now sharing and actually doing the retail business. And that wasn't bad. It was okay. I carried on and eventually I said, well, this is a good part-time job. My travel industry is still flourishing. So I'm okay. I can do both. And that's how I started. Ended up, of course, visiting my daughter in Canada, because by that time she was already in Canada. And in come 2018, Nancy and I went for the convention, my first convention anywhere in the world, and went to Canada. Maria, I remember meeting you there. At the coffee shop, you were seated right there and you were ever so warm. It was awesome. You were very, very friendly. So we went there with Nancy and we saw our headquarters in Toronto, a place known as the Richmond Hill. And I loved it. That was my second time in Canada. And we loved it, Nancy, remember? And thereafter, we came back home And again in 20, we went back to Canada. This time to celebrate Fountain of Life's first birthday. It was 1 year old. And I said, there's no way we're going to miss this. I told Nancy and Lucy Korea. This product has helped so many people, me included. There's no way I'm going to miss this birthday. And off we went to Canada and loved it, loved it, loved it. So business continued. I became a lifestyle director 1 because all my friends were now opening shops for themselves to continue getting the goodness of our products. And I tell you, our products are indeed awesome. And I loved it. So I continued doing the business part-time. And then come 2020, guess what? COVID landed. Guess what? The travel industry, poof, dead as a dodo. Karemi will resonate with that with me. And it was such a shock. It was such a shock for us. Because you can imagine, here we are, business has been going well, we are good, life was good. Then all of a sudden, you're in an office, no phone calls, nobody's doing any bookings to go anywhere. The offices, Kenya was put on total lockdown. My goodness, it was horrifying for most of us. So now I started, my goodness, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? How am I going to get payment? How am I going to pay my workers? How am I going to pay my rent, etc.? Of course, eventually we had to close shop. We had to send the staff home with no pay. So they were on what we call unpaid leave. It was absolutely horrendous. But you know what? I always say, and God is good, because by that time he had already opened the Opulence Global Avenue for me. I was doing Opulence part-time. Now I embraced it. I said, this is it. I'm going to do this full-time. Having to learn to work from home was a little challenge for me, because most of the time you're told, you work from home? What kind of a job is that? They expect everybody, you're not working from the house. But this has now become the norm. And I learned e-commerce. I couldn't understand it. What is e-commerce? I couldn't understand it. Nancy was good enough to explain to me what it was. And I said, all right, so Lucy, style up. You're now going to do e-commerce business. Let me tell you, even if you ask me to go and open an office today, that's a no-no. I'm happy where I am. I'm working from home, yes. I'm earning an income. I'm able to put food on my table. I continue to support my daughter, who is still in Canada. And seriously, what more can you ask for than to be able to do business across borders, internationally, from the comfort of your home? You're able to make orders for your products, and they're actually delivered at your doorstep. When my friends in the US make their orders, I don't even need to know. All I get is money in my office. So for me, my passion is this. I want to share with you my passion quickly. This absolutely mind-blowing product known as the Fountain of Life. This is the most powerful antioxidant on the planet today. This is what has helped me and many more to improve my health. And I can never look back. Fountain of life, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, is an antioxidant that every single home should have. I'm not exaggerating at all. After living in Mr. Karanja's house, those are things you do not do. Integrity is key. And for me, it is indeed. Fountain of life is absolutely amazing. And when I got to the level that I got, I said to myself, you know, Lucy, think about those relatives of yours who are so unwell and your friends. Think about the medication they're sent out to buy. Some of the times when they're ill, they can't even afford some of the medication. They spend so much money buying that medication. They end up in hospital wards with bills from here to Timbuktu. They end up doing what we call harambe, which means we come in, relatives, friends, and we chip in to help you pay for your hospital bill. And it brought a sadness in me. And I said, I'm going to join this company because my main mission is to have as many people, not just in Kenya, but on the entire planet, using this amazing product. You all know how wonderful it is. You've all experienced it. Our visitors maybe not. But I humbly request you, try it. You will never put it down. And share it. Opulence Global, as a nation, we are here to hold hands, and we do hold hands around the globe. And we share about our amazing the products are awesome. Not just this, we have the toothpaste, the natural spray, the skincare, the personal care. It's absolutely awesome. Those of you who may not know this, Canada is one of the few countries on the planet who are actually very strict about the products produced in their countries. They do not allow crap, excuse my language, to be produced. More so, supplements. If your supplement is not up to par by the Canadian Health Board, my friend, you can be rest assured it will not be in any shop, nor will it be in Canada. And that's a fact. I've been to Canada, I've bought stuff, and I can tell you the quality is superb. Superb. Fountain of Life has got 21 patents to it. It's 100% natural. Natural. It's extracted straight from a tree known as a Norwegian spruce tree. This is a product that everybody needs to have. So, as my health and everything continued to improve, I want to quickly share about something. I know even my partners here have not seen this. Well, they've seen it, but now they're not seeing the new me. Let me just share this. I love this. Let me share this. I had to share this one. There we go. Can you believe it? This is Lucy.
Lucy, you're muted.
Mute.
Am I okay now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
we
Yes.
can.
All right. So this is Lucy before the fountain of life came into her life. You can see that I always wore, and I never left my house without a band around my head, either this band or a headscarf or whatever. Why? Because you can see here, I had absolutely no hair to my name. No hairline, it was clean, bold. And as I always say, you can see my hair all standing up. I looked as if I'd been electrocuted. Isn't it? But look at Lucy, after using Fountain of Life, her hair started growing. It started thickening up. You could even see the glow. You can see the glow had started coming in. This is it. Today, let me stop sharing. I don't know if you can, I don't know if you can see me. My hair is all here. Love it. Yes, I love it. Oh, this is mine. I'm super proud of it. I just thank my Fountain of Life. It has so helped me, and I really, really appreciate it. So without much further ado, I know I've talked too much. I can't believe it. I've talked this long. I'm so shocked. Oh gosh, I need to chop this up a little bit, because now I'd love, what can I say? I'd love to share with you some real life testimonials. So I'd love to invite some of my partners who have been with me during this long journey to also share their testimonials. And I want to start off, I always call her my mother. She's called Jane Wagema. Jane Wagema, I'd love to share with you, to share your testimonial.
Thank you so much for having me on this call. I'm just blown away. Thank you. That was very much awesome. As you heard, my name is Jane Wagema. She is my superb upline. She got me here, and I've known Lucy for over 25 years. And we have traveled some places, not all the places. This one has traveled, but there's a few places we've been together. And then I remember when she was unwell, I actually visited her. First, I went to Lucy, I went to your office, and I was told they have chased you away. I said, how do you chase the boss? How? This cold. So that's why I appeared in your, I told them they are taking me. They told me, no, there's nobody's going. I said, me, I'm not nobody, I'm going. So I landed in the rest you had. I was out, I was looking for a way out sooner than I could. And that's true. I saw the miraculous way that product worked on you, and that got me. Because after that, I know that Lucy, I thank you for introducing me. I saw that when I witnessed that, and I knew this is something that I can get in. Although now, I was, at that particular time when she found me, I was done. We had just been out of another MLM, and I was done. Like I just walked out one day out of it, and it was over. New chapter, new book, new subject. But then she came, and to get her off my back because she was persisting, I said, let me sign up. I signed up. She gave me this product. I stayed, I didn't even, I think I was taking one drop in 3 days. You can imagine how you can take one drop 3 days. But she persisted and insisted, and I thank God for that persistence, because that's why I'm here today. I got in as an LA, and thank God I'm now an LD1. So when I joined, I had been battling diabetes for a long time, and anything that is affecting your body is not good. It doesn't matter what, but some things are worse off than others, especially if it's a degenerating disease and all that. But by God's grace, He has really kept me, has protected me, and I'm not badly off. So that is one thing I have noticed that this product has worked on me. And then most recently in March, I contracted Corona, and by God's grace, I even take more than one. These products worked for me. I recovered. I remember when I went, somebody told me, you better go and have your organs checked. When I did, let me tell you, my organs were found to be top notch. The doctors even reduced my diabetes medication. I used to take two tablets in the morning. They said, now you're going to take one. I mean, that's a major for me. In the meantime, they told me all my organs were in top shape and top form. It was music to my ear. In the process, my eyesight, you know, when you have diabetes, I'm still wearing glasses, but now when they were checking out my eyes, because that's routine, they check your dental formula, they check your eyes and all that. So when they checked my eyes, they told me, we need to change your prescription. So the first thing that comes to mind is, goodness me, am I losing my eyesight or what? But good news, they told me, no, we are reducing the prescription. I think, with diabetes, you're supposed to go downhill. But now they're telling me, no, we have put a stop, and now we are going back to shape. This is music to my ears, and I thank God, because I checked my life. What have I done lately? Nothing much, except the introduction of even Nancy, thank you for accepting this thing, because the only thing that had changed in my life that much was this product here. In the process, my teeth also. I was due for a root canal, and I'm not saying that you don't go for your dental checkups, but guess what? I've not gone back to it. That is 2 years ago when this tube came. This one I use. When it came on board, I started using it, and my teeth went quiet. Sometimes I can't even remember which side it was, but I always remember it's this side, because this is the left side. That's what it has done for me. In the process, you can see my teeth. I just smile, and people ask me, what have you done to your teeth? And I sell the product by just smiling. I mean, how better can it be? And then on top of all that, I can say this for sure, that at that particular time, because I'm on my 6th floor, this product has been so good to me. And I was at that point of time when I was, for those who don't know 6th floor, it means I'm in my 60s. But I thank God, I still have a face that is glowing because of our products, and of course by God's grace. And then also, one of the things that has really been good for me is that health was paramount for me. And then on top of that, I have discovered that I was looking for something now to get off the working place, because I've been working for like 40 years. So I really need to get out. I took myself to a small meeting with myself, which I must attend. So in that small meeting with myself, I told myself, you are due for retirement. How do you think you're gonna, take care of yourself? Remember, your father, he lived to over 100, your grandfather over 100 years old. What makes you think you don't have that kind of a longevity? How will you support yourself? And then I read somewhere that children are not a retirement plan. So I said to myself, my children, they're not my retirement plan. What can I do? So here comes Lucy. And in the process of working on my health, I realized as I'm selling these products, hey, it is my vehicle for financial freedom and time freedom, because Lucy knows, I work in a crazy place. You go in the morning, you don't even know that there's something called lunchtime. In the evening, there's a time I would go when I'm going to work, I'd switch on my lights because I have to leave very early. And then when I'm coming back home, I have to switch on the lights of the car. So that means even when I'm not going anywhere, it became automated that whenever you put on the ignition, you put on the lights, because that's what I was conditioned. That tells me that I need time freedom. I need financial freedom like yesteryear, not even yesterday, yesteryear. And this has proved to me that I can do it, because I am able to do things that I could not do earlier. I'm able to now look at that stage in life, you start thinking, oh, where did my life go? Now I'm seeing my life is right ahead of me. I can do these things by God's grace. I can be able to, life starts now. I can actually say that for me. And I thank God for this. I could go on and on and on and on, but I am so excited about this. And Lucy, thank you, the whole team. Another thing I cannot forget is that in the time I've been here, I've grown. There's great training, and now that leads to personal development. This is me here now. I mean, and then there are great company of friends, great friends. You make friendships. A lot of people in my country, when you retire, there's no friends, nothing. When you call somebody, they say, what do they want? I did not want that kind of life. And I told God ensure, when people see my calls after I retire, they shall not say, what does Jane want? What? No. Now I have got a new set of wonderful friends and company. I love you all, and all I do this from the comfort of my house. What more can Jane ask for? Thank you so much. This is even to Mr. Reza, all the whole team, everybody, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and may God continually increase and bless you. Thank you so much, Lucy. Keep it up and let's go to the billion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jane, for that awesome sharing. Love it, love it, love it. All right, and I'd love next to call Ronke, my friend Ronke, all the way in Abuja. Ronke, you there, girl? There you are.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Lucy. This is really wonderful and amazing, amazing journey so far. My name is Ronke Atamewale, all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm so excited to be on this call this morning, this afternoon. I'm a lifestyle advisor and a very proud member of Opulence Global. No, I can't share my story without mentioning my friend. Thank you. God bless you, Emanuela, that introduced me to this supplement. You know, I'm not a marketer. I'm a medical practitioner, if you don't know, and I travel all over the world to do quality assurance for people. But for me to get into this business, you know what that means. I actually enter into this product because of my dad. And my dad is a loving person. I don't want to see him sick. He has been diabetes for the past 20 years. And in Nigeria, I spend almost like 80,000 naira, 70 to 80,000 naira on a monthly basis for his drugs. But lo and behold, that does not even pay me. But because he now developed glaucoma, pterygium, and they wanted to operate him, and his reading was way, way high, 20 millimole. That is really high for those of you that know what it means for that millimole. So I get confused. Even with my medical knowledge, I became so perplexed. And the doctor said they cannot operate him because he has the reading is so high. So they kept giving him drug and they want to put him on insulin. So I became so worried because putting him on insulin will means that he will be injecting himself every day, and that may not keep him long. So as God will have it, my friend Emanuela, she introduced me to this supplement. When she introduced me, I just said, this is not for me. But I just took faith in it because of what's one thing, the fountain of life. What made me seal the deal? It's because of the antioxidant in the fountain of life. I've never seen that before. Fountain of life, our golden drop, contains 5,166 milligrams per 100 mils. I've never seen that in any antioxidant that I've seen. So that one, I said, okay, let me try it. And lo and behold, after 2 weeks of taking this fountain of life for my dad came back and told me he went to the hospital. The reading is now 7.5. Isn't that amazing? This is something that all medical people have tried. They've given a lot of drugs and all of that is not working. Now with that, I couldn't believe my hair. I said, just keep doing it. He went back to the hospital. After 1 month, the doctor said, just continue to do what you're doing. They never believe maybe he's just fluctuating. When he went back, it's still the same thing. And now, lo and behold, I spend, in fact, I don't even spend more money again. I spend like 20,000 naira a month. He's now on his reading. They've done the operation. It was successful. My dad can drive from Abuja to my village. Now he can drive very well. This is an old man of 79 years. So you can imagine the energy in him and all of that. So with that gives me joy. And I said to myself, I'm going to give it to anybody that needed, that cares to hear. Till today, my dad is ill and healthy. The reading is 6.5 millimole. It has not gone up. It's still the same. And I've given it to a lot of people. Now, looking back and look at it, I said, this is a very good product. And a lot of people have been asking, I get a lot of referral based on this product. I gave it to a client of mine that was having hemorrhoids, severe hemorrhoid for that matter. And imagine a man having hemorrhoid, blood stain all over the place, pain everywhere. And he came back after 1 week of taking the fountain of life. And he said, Ronke, you know what? You have just given me life back. The hemorrhoids disappear. It shrink completely, no pain, nothing. And he has given me a lot of referrals. What does that mean to my business? That was when I realized that, there is money in this. And I begin to have my money. I begin to get money. Apart from that, my points, I've never seen it before. In fact, this is one of it. I use it to buy different pearls in my wallet, in my back office. It's so grateful, it's so amazing. So I really thank Opulence Global for giving us this opportunity and for making us to live an opulence life. It is not just by mouth, but this is just reality to say that this product, it works very well. I've used a lot of them. I've used the toothpaste. The toothpaste, I can testify, just like Mommy Jane said, I've been having this toothpaste for so long a time, but now I don't feel any pain in my teeth again. I use the toothpaste. All my family now, that's where we are. And I can tell you, this product speaks for itself. It doesn't matter wherever you are. You don't have to be going up and down to talk about the business. But when you talk about your testimonial, it speaks and it gives you a lot of referral. And before you know it, you have more money in your pocket. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ronke, for that sharing all the way in Abuja. Love it, love it, love it. So now I know maybe some of you are wondering, are there any men here? There is. We have a gentleman. His name is Engineer John Mwiruri. John Mwiruri, engineer, is based in South Sudan. Engineer, we would love to hear your testimonial with our awesome products. Kindly do share with us.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Mwiruri. I'm a lifestyle advisor with Opulence for the last 2 years, and an excited, amazed person at it. Basically, for me, what happened is that when I came to South Sudan, I'm from Kenya, and from Kenyan Highlands, where we have temperatures of 18 degrees. So like when I came to South Sudan, in fact, on Rading, I felt like a hot vacuum was blown on me because temperatures were over 38 at that time. So I thought maybe things change, but temperatures here, the best you have is 28. That is the highest you can have in our place, and that time we used to complain. The best you can have is 28, and then mostly it will go up. The highest I have measured is 46. So with those temperatures, with the lifestyle we live here, especially when it comes to foods and what have you, looking to supplement whatever I'm getting and get supplements at least to keep yourself going. So I used to use supplement. You feel it's still not getting where you're thinking. You use another one, just like that. And I met Kenyans here and other people. So we used to have a meeting with Kenyans, church meeting whenever we finish, and then we have a discussion. So when we were discussing, there was a doctor. She's called Dr. Ann. She was talking of a product she used when she came there, and then how it is helping her. And things she was talking about captured me, because she was talking about energy levels, she was talking about anxiety, she was talking about quality of life, she was talking about sleep, and all those are things that I was looking something that can help me on that area. So I was captured. I talked to her. And then I talked to my colleague. Amazingly, he was a part of Opulence. So they gave me one bottle, and I took the bottle. In 4 days, I noticed, I just woke up one morning. So as I was waking up, I felt I was comforted. You know the way you feel you're fresh. I was so fresh. I felt that I slept well. I felt a lot of energy. And then I felt this product is really helping me. So we discussed about it and how I can be getting it. And that's where business part came in. Because there was an idea that if I can share the information with my friends, I can be using my product freely, because I'll share and then they will be buying. So to me, I was in, although I didn't know at that time where I was diving to, but I was in. So I remember when I ordered my products, that weekend I was coming to Kenya. And when I came to Kenya, surprisingly, when Ruzo was talking, I was recording what happened. I came to Kenya. I remember there was a meeting. That time we didn't have Corona. There was a meeting at Renana Swiss. And I came to the meeting, and Rusi was the one handling products overview. So with products overview, that's when I first heard about why do we get sick. That is a video I had not seen. Then as it was explaining how our bodies work, that's when I coined it with an apple a day keeps you healthy. Then I came to see, aha, so when you talk of an apple, you're talking of a deeper experience that body will get to keep you healthy. We are talking of antioxidant. So I came, I ran, I shared the products with other people. And basically I have been seeing stories that are amazing. So I would like to share the latest that is personal to me. About last month, I had a headache. And normally here, when you have a headache, you're feeling tired, you're thinking it's malaria. So I went to hospital, I was given medication. I went with medication home. After 2 days, I realized my mouth, I could not even eat anything hot. It's like boils, white boils were in my mouth. So I thought I'm reacting to the medication. I went to hospital second time to complain of the medication, and maybe they can help me with something else. So on being tested, I was told I don't have malaria. I was done other tests, and then I was told I had H. pylori. Again, I was given medication. H. pylori, you are given a kit, 7 days, 7 days. That is 14 days. So I went with the medication home. That day, when I went with medication, I went to internet. I'm looking at symptoms of H. pylori, and I don't have even 20% of that. So I'm asking myself, even as I have the medication, I'm asking myself whether I'll finish 14 days. And I have started even to doubt, because I'm not believing what I'm reading and how I'm feeling. That day is when I learned my colleague had COVID. A colleague we had worked 2 weeks with, same car, same office. Basically, we are spending 10 days, 10 hours per day, 6 days a week for 2 weeks. So I knew instinctively, I knew that is my problem. So I went for test the same day, that afternoon. The next day, I went back to the hospital to rub. Where you usually pick your results, you are sent to the headquarters when they know it's positive. So when I went there and they told me, now you need to go to headquarters, I just went and I knew that was it. So you go, you are advised, you are positive, we are going to give you this and this. You are supposed to take this and this. Actually, they don't give you anything. They just advise you what you're supposed to take. So I was told about zinc, I was told about vitamin C. And I went to pharmacy. Now, when you know you are positive, you have to be careful. Okay, me, I just had a mask, but I usually carry gloves. So I wore my gloves. I went to pharmacy. I bought zinc, I bought vitamin C, I bought Ribena, and things like those. So I went home. So you just isolate yourself. So I isolated myself, and within 10 days, that week, 10 days, it was 80 days, I went again for test. Basically, within 4 days, I was not feeling that bad, and I was using F4. What happened is that when I got boils, I opened a new F4. I was thinking I keep my stock. There is somebody who had asked me for 2 F4s. So I was thinking when I order, that's when I will start on F4. But after getting the boils, I didn't, the business part went off. It is clear for me. So I opened the new F4 and I started using. So in 4 days, I started feeling, I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling that weakness. I'm not feeling whatever I was feeling. I'm eating well, but I was still using the zinc and vitamin C. I went to hospital, I was tested, I was negative. So that is 8th day. So basically what happens as principle, you have to stay another 7 days. So I still stayed home. Whether I'm negative, I still stayed home. And then after testing again, you're negative. That's when I started reading now. I went to read and to see what do you need after COVID. And then, you know, when you start checking information, it brings you even when you're on COVID, when you are research, you are out of COVID, basically is taking care of your runs. That's when I started seeing connection of FOL and whatever they are recommending. 100% will talk of antioxidants. Then when you talk of fruits, the fruits that are mentioned, I was looking at oranges. Then I look at my booklet of FOL. 10 drops is equal to 70 cups. So I'm looking at it and asking myself, okay, that is thick. I look at apples, I look at oats, I look at whatever they are recommending. I have sufficient of it in FOL. Then I asked myself, okay, if from the time I was told, I have been given wrong medication, but I have been able to tiptoe from COVID. Then I'm looking at what I have been using. I have been using FOL for the last 2 years. Then basically to me, that was my answer. Ability to be in COVID, to get out of it, and to be that you're working now. It was all about FOL. And that's when I knew this product, we need to advise as many people as possible. Because we could have many conditions that we can suppress out of using it. Because when you give the body what it needs, it will serve you and it will work itself out to give you the best quality of life you can have. Thank you.
Gosh, thank you so much. Thank you, Engineer Mwerore, for that awesome sharing. Totally mind-blowing. Thank you. So now I think I'd love to call Febronia. Can you share a short testimonial, as I think the time we are almost running out of it.
Yes, Lucy. Can you hear me? I have a challenge with my internet. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Good. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Lucy. My name, as Lucy has said, is Febronia Opondo. Mine, I will talk about how this Fountain of Life has given me the business that I never knew I had. Yes, when Nancy talked to me about this product and I used it, Lucy had already mentioned how I feared when I saw her house, she was sweating, and I also began sweating because now I reached that season to start sweating. I decided this Fountain of Life, I will not just take, as people are talking about taking, I will drink. I took in droppers so that I don't sweat like I used to see Lucy sweat. Lucy will sweat till you wonder whether she will drink a lot of water. Now, after I started using the product, I thought I'm just running away from sweating, but so many other good things came. My skin color, I got my skin color back. I got my energy back. I got the girl back. For grown-ups will understand what I mean by the girl back. And everybody now, my friends started asking me, Phoebe, what is happening? What are you applying? And I told them, man, beauty is not just skin deep. Beauty is from within. What are you consuming? What you are consuming will produce the results from outside, and they'll call for the product. I was in another network marketing where for you to get the results that I got from Fountain of Life, you'll have to prescribe so many products for you to get that one product. And I looked at Fountain of Life. I looked at the profit margin and I said, man, I am here to make money. I am here to make the money. I came here for money. Man, health is an added advantage for me. So money has come because of Fountain of Life. I'm selling a lot of it. I'm talking to my clients. Everybody wants the the product. My partners in the company, my teammates are now doing the business. They are happy with the product. So I want to say, when you come to this company, look for the thing that actually you want to market most. And you'll make money, whether you're making money from Fountain of Life, you will make money from the toothpaste, you can make money from the skincare, whichever. These industries are running and you can make money from any of them. I am making money from Fountain of Life, skincare, and toothpaste. And I have earned from all 12 ways of earning, at least I have enjoyed 8 of them. So mine is to tell my friends, my partners who are here, if Femi has made it from another company, having been there for 13 years and coming here and learning and unlearning what I learned there, I want to tell you, if I have made it, each one of you here can do it. So welcome aboard. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you so much, Febronia, for that amazing sharing. Indeed, it is an amazing company. I'd love to call this awesome lady. She's my namesake. We joined this company together. Lucy Kuria. I don't even, I mean, if I start, I won't stop. So I suggest you jump in, girl.
Wow, thank you very much, Lucy, for giving me the opportunity. And also thank you for that inspirational story. I actually thought I knew you, but now I can proudly say I know you more. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm really excited to be here as a lifestyle director too with Opulence Global. And just like Lucy has said, we joined the company around the same time. And apart from Lucy, I mean, us sharing the name, you know, the first name Lucy, and also joining the company at the same time, I can proudly say she's my twin sister in business. And what I mean by this, without even talking about the products, because I was also attracted to this business by the products only, nothing else. However, what I came to learn, first from her own excitement, because she was the first person I saw with so much excitement, despite the fact that I had told Nancy I'm not really interested. But the excitement that Lucy brought, and once I saw what this opportunity had done to her, or what the products had done to her, I started now venturing more into looking into, you know, exactly what else does Opulence have to offer. To just cut my story short, as much as she says she's a guinea pig, and we call her, actually, she doesn't say, we call her the guinea pig as far as the products are concerned. I can proudly claim the other guinea pig as far as the business is concerned. Why? We were all new, even our mother hen, the Queen of Africa, Nancy Kihika, despite even with her being new to Opulence, we held hands together. Lucy always claimed to be BBC, born before computers. But you know, I told her, you know what, my dear sister, don't worry. I've come from the corporate world, and I know I don't do network marketing. But you know what? We have a good thing going here. So you know what? Let us do this thing together. So I would get all the information about the company, whether, you know, calling the head office, come and, I would show her, then would go like gurus to Nancy to tell her, oh, we already know this has happened. And that way, we held hands together. We became leaders in, within the region. And that way we came up even with training materials, and the rest of the team did not even know that we were also learning on the job. Yeah. So I must say, this is an awesome, awesome opportunity. And Lucy has been there. She's urged me on, you know, when I would feel like giving up, she would be there saying, you know, Lucy, you're the one who told me that we can do this. So you can't give up on me now. If you give up, what will happen to me? And that is that's how we went on. Even when we had shipping challenges, you know what, we hung in there. And together we inspired each other. We gave each other strength. And that is why we can say 3.5 years later, here we are, and we are here to stay. Thank you very much. And back to you, Lucy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Lucy KU. There's Lucy KUK and Lucy KA. That's how we differentiate within the partners. Thank you so much for that sharing. Really, really love that. And then finally, I'd like to call this the lady who introduced all this to us, the lady who actually brought this business to us in Africa. And we call her our African queen, Nancy Kihika. There's no way we can close this without hearing from you. Please, speak to us.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Today is your day. I am so excited. And I will not take so much of the time just to tell the visitors and all the partners here that this business indeed it works. January, from a stranger, I did not understand what it was all about. But one thing I was willing and ready to learn. I was willing and ready to take up a new life in my life. So when I was shown this business, as much as for those people who know my story, I came from another network marketing company. But one thing that attracted me to Opulence Global is how this business has embraced e-commerce, is how this company has embraced, the social media. It is how this company has given us a platform that you can even make money from different countries when you're in your own country. To me, that was so amazing. And it was a dream come true that I can do business with people in Nigeria and I'm seated in my house. I can do business with people in the US and I'm seated in my house. I can do business with people in Asian market and I'm seated in my house. And that is what our company gives us. So if you're looking for something that you want to embrace and tap in other countries' economies, look no further. And that is what made me join the business. And the journey has been exciting. Lucy has shared most of the journey. And one thing I can tell you, Lucy has portrayed something that I always tell people, positive attitude, because that is what I saw in Lucy. Positive attitude, because when she came, can you imagine someone who has run traditional business for so many years, somebody who has been very successful in traditional business out there, someone who was not just coming here to look for money, but she came here to look for health. And when she saw there was money, she humbled herself to learn. And that is a point most people miss it, because most people, they don't want to humble themselves to learn. Most people, they don't want to have the positive attitude to learn, but I have seen it in Lucy. Can you imagine my age and Lucy's age? And she tells me, you are my mentor, and I have mentored her. I've coached how to do this business. So if you are here as a visitor, it doesn't matter who brings the business to you. They could be twice younger than you. They could be twice older than you. It doesn't matter. What matters is the message that they carry, not the messenger. Don't never ever look at the messenger, look at the message. And Lucy, thank you so much for what you have done, because you have changed so many people's life yourself. You have changed so many people's life in terms of health because of embracing this business and embracing these products and embracing this opportunity. You are such a lesson to us that indeed, when you humble yourself and you have positive attitude, there is no business you cannot do. There is nothing that you cannot conquer in this world. And if Lucy has done it, and I have done it, I believe everybody on this call, they can even do it and even do it even better. Coming from BBC, born before computers, and today she's a champion. She's one of the great leaders we have in Africa. Thank you so much, Lucy, for giving us an opportunity to share. And today we are looking up to help each one of us to build business more in Africa. Africa, we want to make a big impact. We want to make sure that the Fountain of Life and the other products we have, they become household names in every household in Africa. Opulence Global, we wanted to make an impact in every house, and we can only do it when we all come together and hold hands. Thank you, Lucy. Back to you, and I'm sure you're going to give it to the moderator so that we can check whether there's any Q&A. Back to you, Lucy. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for that awesome sharing. And yes, indeed, it's been quite a journey. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for everyone who's on this platform, all our partners. I love the way we work. Everybody's there for you. Everybody's there to help you. I've never seen such warmth and such bonding as I see in Opulence Global. We work as one, and that is so important. It's so very important. It doesn't matter where you're calling from. There's always someone to help you sort yourself out. Thank you for being with us this call. And I will not talk any further. And now I zip up and I quickly pass it on to our awesome Karemi, the moderator, Karemi,
Oh,
please.
Lucy. Oh, thank you, Lucy. That was amazing. Your journey is just so inspirational. If I was a guest on this call today, let me tell you, I'd be dishing out my card right now. Sign me up, sign me up, sign me up, because I have seen what helping people can do. And that is exactly who you are. Your essence is about helping people, and you never stop. If you can bring help to somebody in whichever way you do it, and it's typical of you to have felt the effects of this product, and you just didn't stop there. You just went right ahead, started sharing, and look at you. Your business has grown. Your daughter Nicole is on this call. I don't know if she's still there. She said, "Hi, mommy." And I was like, oh gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful moment that was, that she's just watching her mother do this. And Nicole, if you're here, I would love to give you a chance just to speak. But I saw a question, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, you have a question, please put it on chat. But Jane Wagema, there was a question was asked by Ethel. He asked, how are your blood sugars at the moment? So Jane, if you're able to just answer that as I look at other questions, if they're there. I'm told Nicole has left, but it was such a pleasure to have her on the call. Thank you so much. Jane, go right ahead.
I'm sure as soon as you heard you mention
saw
her
and
name, she took
responded.
off.
I am at fasting. There's what we call fasting, yeah? Fasting is at 5.8 and working to bring it further down. Those 5.8, you know, when I was diagnosed, it was at a whopping 21. And the doctor asked me, how did you even come here to the hospital? Told me they're gonna admit me. I said, no, I took off. I'm good at taking off, but here I am today. Thankful, God has been with me. I'm at 5.8 fasting sugar.
Wow.
Feeling good, full of energy.
And nobody will believe when you say you're on the 6th floor, girl, you don't look a day over 35. So well done, keep it up, keep going. Is there any other question? Please put your hand up and I'll call you out to ask your question, or you can put it on chat and I'll read it out. Other than that, I just want to recognize our leadership from Philippines. Rico is here. I also want to recognize Renee. We've got Ronen. All our leaders are here. We thank you for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a guest on this call, look at the support that we get from our leaders. And we all work towards being those leaders because they support us, hold us up, and just make sure we're here. Of course, we can't forget our wonderful Queen of Africa, who spoke very briefly, that powerhouse. Let me tell you, we sit every day just waiting to hear what she has to say. So this is amazing. So I don't think, let me see if that's a question. No, we don't. Okay, just comments, people just saying, Lucy, you've been wonderful, amazing journey from Drusilla. You're such an inspiration. And she says, have pleasant Sunday to all. I can't believe she's still awake, but anyway, I mean, she's just woken up right now, I'm sure. So getting ready for her day. And thank you everybody for being on this call. If there's no question, please do get in touch with the person who invited you here, and make sure you don't sleep tonight before you're a partner with this amazing company called the Opulence Global. I'm a proud person and a partner to be in part of this company. I'm just going to read a note from Rico. I love this Philippines market, just gives me such inspiration. I've seen them grow enormously. Rico says it's a pleasure to be on this call. Thank you, everyone. Keep up the great work. We're humbled. Thank you, Rico. Thank you so much for that. And without much further ado, I believe there are no more questions. This call is going to end in 5. People, unmute yourselves. You know how we do it in Africa. Let's do it. Let's first of all cheer. I have to leave you warm. I have to send you back goodbye. Oh, there's South Africa looking all nice and warm. Yes, yes, yes. It's going to end in 5 and in 4, 3, 2, 1. And if my host is ready, we are ready to go. One team, one dream, one Opulence Global Nation.
To the
billion.
billion. Yay!